Hi everyone, welcome to week 7, and today we're working with pencils, collage fodder, and attachments. In that we mean maybe brads or staples, clips, anything that you would use to attach papers together or other elements. So let's get started. Since I worked on collage background papers quite a bit, I thought I'd just do something different for this week. I'll still use the same supplies, but I'm going to use a piece of underpaper that I had that I worked on while making collage paper prints. And as you can see, there's scribbling and some asemic writing there. And I've pulled out some pencils in the same color palette and white. I've got a stapler that perhaps I'll use and assorted pins. So let's get started and I'll tell you what I'll show you what I ended up doing. So even though this is a very busy print, I'm going to add even more busyness with the pencils. So I'll just, with these colors, just add more lines. You know how it is. You never know what's going to show through at the end, but just knowing that it's there is good enough. But I realized that I didn't want to use a Stabilo at this stage, so I went to grab a number 2 pencil just for a little contrast, and I just love a number 2 pencil. I think they're great. Next, I'm going to use a new stencil by Shawn Petit. It's Inky Leaves 1. She has a series. You should really check them out because they're fabulous. So I'm going to outline the leaf on the right there onto my paper with the white pencil. So I will speed up the process. Obviously, it's just tracing, but I'm not going to be very careful about it or precise about it. I'm going to fast forward so you can see what I do, and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so now we're ready to paint, and I just have some Liquitex acrylic, and I'm using this flat brush. And you're probably wondering why I'm not using a round brush. I'm using this brush because I want to go real organic. I just, want to paint outside the lines and just do something that is very, what's the word? Just loose, I guess. I'm going to add a little bit of white, a very little bit, and just get started. And you will see that I load the brush pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of paint on there, and then I'm just gonna go for it. So again, I'll speed up the process and meet you at the end. Once it dried, I realized how I wanted to use this page. So I trimmed the sides, the top and the bottom. And now I'm going to go back with the white pencil and just do some messy outlines, keeping it organic and loose and adding texture that way. I'll also go back with a bit of the pencils, and then after all that's done, I will show you what I ended up doing with this background piece. All right. And here it is. Once I figured out the focal point that I wanted to use, things fell into place. And I wanted to add it to my Sidekick journal. You might recall these 2 entries from previous videos. And I just glued it to one of the pages. That's why I tore it down to size. I didn't glue it very well, as you can see. But I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I needed to add something to the edge there, so I added more of my painted papers on the right, and then added the image, the words, and I decided to staple some sari ribbon at the top there. And yeah, that's it. So I had fun making this, and maybe you'd like to try it out too. Very simple, very easy. And that's it for week 7. I'll see you next week, and till then, take care. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.